Imagine a red, cold, and deserted planet where dust storms can swallow entire cities and every step feels like floating in the air. A world that has inspired movies, books, and human dreams. But today, it's become humanity's greatest challenge in the search for a new home. That planet is Mars. But what would it really be like to live there? Get ready, because what you're about to discover will challenge everything you think you know about survival, adventure, and even what it means to be human.
Number 1, the red planet that fascinates us. Mars captivates us with its color and mystery. Its reddish hue comes from iron oxide covering the surface, creating landscapes that look straight out of another world. If we could walk there, with the right suit, of course, we'd see vast deserts, colossal volcanoes, and canyons that defy imagination, like Valles Marineris, 10 times larger than the Grand Canyon. Despite its desolate appearance, Mars is fascinating because, in theory, it could be habitable. Gravity is only 38% of Earth's, making each step light and every jump feel like flying. But that also means our bones and muscles would need to adapt. Without exercise or support technology, the human body would weaken. Mars reminds us how small we are in the face of the universe, a silent, vast, mysterious world that dares us to dream beyond Earth.
Number 2, the orange sky and thin air. The sky on Mars is breathtaking. During the day, it's a dusty orange, and at dusk, it turns a strange shade of blue, a color contrast no one has ever seen on Earth. But here's the catch. The air is almost non-existent for humans, nearly no oxygen. Breathing unaided would be impossible. So people would have to live inside pressurized domes or wear spacesuits even when going outside. These domes would be like artificial oases, technology and nature combined to produce oxygen, water, and food. Imagine looking out your dome window and seeing that dusty orange sky while a futuristic city thrives inside. Beautiful and deadly.
Number 3, massive dust storms. Mars is infamous for its dust storms that can last for weeks or even months. Picture yourself inside your dome as the outside world disappears under a red haze, the horizon gone, the sun swallowed by dust. These storms can block sunlight entirely, cutting off solar power, one of the main energy sources. That's why Martian cities would need to be built to withstand extreme winds, protecting people, supplies, and equipment. The fine dust on Mars is also abrasive. It could damage vehicles, machinery, and even air filters. Each storm would remind the colonists that on Mars, nature always has the final word. Number 4, water, the most precious resource. Mars has no rivers or oceans, but there's frozen water in the poles and beneath the surface. If we want to survive, every drop matters for drinking, growing food, and generating oxygen. Imagine miners extracting ice daily, melting it into usable water. Every process would depend on technology and teamwork. One mistake could endanger the whole colony. Water wouldn't just be a resource, it would be the symbol of life itself.
Number 5, the strange gravity. Low gravity is both a gift and a challenge. Pros: easier movement, effortless jumps, and easier transport of materials. Cons: weakening muscles and bones, cardiovascular strain, and the need for constant physical exercise. Special suits and training would be essential to stay healthy. Living there would demand discipline and awareness of every move, because every movement means survival.
Number 6, power and technology. Energy would be the lifeline of any Martian colony. Because dust storms block sunlight, relying only on solar panels would be risky. The solution? Combined power sources. Solar for clear days, nuclear compact reactors for continuous power, and storage, giant batteries for emergencies. Every system, water, oxygen, waste, and food, would have to be recycled. Each city would function like a living organism, where everything depends on everything else.
Number 7, communication with Earth. Mars is, on average, 225 million kilometers away from Earth. That means every message would take 5 to 20 minutes to travel one way. Living there would mean living with extreme isolation. Colonists would have to make quick decisions on their own, often without Earth's help. Teamwork, intelligence, and emotional resilience would be key to survival.
Number 8, the tiny sun and freezing cold. Mars receives less than half the sunlight Earth gets, which makes it very cold.
Average temperature -60 degrees Celsius, dropping to -125 degrees at night. Even in the equatorial summer, the highs reach only 20 degrees Celsius. Cities would need top-tier insulation, heating systems, and protective clothing. On Mars, cold isn't just uncomfortable, it's deadly.
Number 9. Underground cities and domes. Living on Mars would mean living inside artificial micro-Earths. Transparent domes with controlled climate, oxygen, and vegetation. Indoor farms for growing food. Schools, labs, recreation areas, and mental health zones. Each dome would be an artificial ecosystem, carefully designed to keep humans alive in a hostile world.
Number 10. Discovery and adventure. Despite the risks, Mars would offer endless adventure. Climb Olympus Mons, the tallest volcano in the solar system. Explore ancient craters and vast canyons. Watch the twin moons, Phobos and Deimos, crossing the orange sky. Every day would bring new discoveries. Every sunset, a surreal masterpiece.
Number 11. Food and sustainability. Food production would be both an art and a science. Hydroponic and aeroponic farms growing plants without soil. Full recycling of water and organic waste. Nutrient-rich supplements to stay healthy. Every meal would be a victory of human ingenuity, proof that life can flourish anywhere with knowledge and cooperation.
Number 12. Social and cultural life. Life in the colonies would be intense, small communities of a few hundred or thousand people. Sports adapted to low gravity, art, and cultural festivals would help maintain mental health. Over time, a new Martian culture would emerge, with new traditions, slang, and ways of thinking. Education would focus on science, cooperation, and resilience, shaping a new kind of human being. Number 13. Tourism and exploration. Visiting Mars would be the ultimate adventure, exploring ancient volcanoes and giant craters, experiencing low gravity firsthand, watching an alien sky shift colors from orange to blue. Each trip would require training, gear, and courage, but it would be unforgettable.
Number 14. Mars as inspiration. Mars wouldn't just be livable, it would be transformative. It would force us to reinvent our technology, our society, and even our concept of humanity. Every step on Mars would be a victory of creativity and willpower, proof that humans can make any world their home.
Surviving on Mars would mean facing both physical and psychological challenges. Extreme cold and radiation would require constant protection. Low gravity could cause muscle and bone loss. Isolation would test mental strength. Every colonist would need to care for themselves and others because survival would be a shared mission. Living on Mars means facing cold, dust storms, lack of oxygen, and isolation. But it also means walking among giant volcanoes, exploring endless canyons, and living in futuristic cities beneath shimmering domes. So, would you dare to leave Earth and live on a planet full of challenges and wonder? Most wouldn't, but maybe you would. If you enjoyed this journey, leave a like, subscribe to Truth Explosion, turn on notifications, and tell us in the comments, would you live on Mars? Let's see who's brave enough. Until our next trip across the universe.